Hi, I'm Betty Brown, and I'm here very excited to talk with Bibi Davidson about her artwork, some of which you see hanging behind us. So Bibi, I understand that you were born and raised in Israel.
Yes.
When did you come to the awareness that you're an artist?
Maybe I was like 5.
5 years old?
Yes.
And have you thought of yourself as an artist since childhood?
No, I didn't know what an artist maybe is, but it's like one day I saw a book cover, with a painting, and all of a sudden I was looking at it and I said, well, I can look at it and just draw the same thing, I was very young, and I did it, and I guess from that on I knew I had this kind of talent.
Those of you who are just looking at this for the first time may not know how the amount of precision and control in her brushworks that makes the whole body of work really visually pleasing. The other thing that gives us visual pleasure with Bibi Davidson's work is the surreal, imaginative environments she introduces us to. So, Bibi, can you talk about this very surreal environment behind you, right there?
So this painting, it's called Windy Day.
Windy Day?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And actually it's part of my Into the Woods series about trees. I have a whole series of tree paintings thinking about the fact that the world, the climate change in the world and everything. So I was thinking maybe if each of us will plant one tree, it might help very much, to better the climate.
Absolutely, yeah.
So at the beginning I tried, I made, well, they never looked like reality, my trees, but more like leaves and tree and something. I started to do this from my imagination, not looking at reference for leaves and stuff like this.
Well, it's a very dynamic composition and it does move. For sure, those spiraling forms activate the painted surface. In addition to these tree-like creatures, all three of them, they are each paired with a female figure who we only see a little of.
Right.
And then we finally see her from behind with her red hair, which is a signature component of Bibi's work, the appearance of this character who is it fair to say, Bibi, she's kind of an alter ego?
You can say that, yeah. It's kind of representing me.
So talk to me about the relationship between the tree creature and your alter ego in this windy day.
It just shows us how all of this is together in nature and us and animals and vegetation, it's all one thing. I called it Windy Day because at that day there was the abortion law that, the Supreme Court was announcing.
That it was overturning Roe v. Wade.
Yeah. And kind of very upsetting, and I felt, so it is one of my Into the Woods series, but it's also kind of resentment, to calmness.
So Bibi, tell me about this compelling and very sad image of your girl morphing into a bunny who is contained within the hollow of this tree. What do you call this painting?
So sad.
So sad? Well, the bunny is so sad. Where did this image come from?
Again, the image represents me and kind of the connection, it's the connection with the tree. That it's like I'm actually a tree. It's actually, this tree was supposed to be a baobab, that tree. But in my, how I change and alter everything. And bunnies, they fascinate me. But it wasn't meant to be sad, so sad. I don't know, after I finished the painting, the eyes, it looks so sad to me.
No, it looks like the tree might be dying.
Yes. And I'm like, I don't want to say the image is hiding hiding in.
Hiding inside a dying tree.
Yeah.
Bibi, this is another one of your series from Into the Woods.
Into the Woods, yeah.
And I see hiding here behind the leaves a beautiful Bibi alter ego, naked in the forest, and these fluttering leaves surrounding her and then dripping out into the landscape. So tell me how this works for the stories that you're telling about nature and so forth.
So it's also the connection with the trees, into the woods. And I did this in the beginning, I did this leaf, the green leaf, I added...
This one right here?
Yeah, I added it in the last moment. I didn't like just the face, And I thought it would be more interesting, to me at least. And it's also green because these are like fall leaves and these are more bright and same concept of somebody is hiding,
Yeah,
you might call me my alter.
She's present,
Yeah.
but she's absent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that makes her presence kind of mysterious. So that draws us into her. We become curious, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So Bibi, this is another one of your rabbits. He has the same kind of watery eyes, but he's clearly a different character because he's dressed in a World War I soldier's uniform. Tell us about him.
Again, this is a mix between abandoned homes and uniforms. I love uniforms. I hate war, but I love uniforms. This is, if you look at references about First World War, about their uniforms, it's amazing. Piece of art. It's like big skirts and all kind of belts and all. I mean, how can you fight like this? So I kind of got. I used to also buy a lot of second-hand coats like this. And it's funny because I kind of grew up in a military family and I like uniform anyway. I still like uniform. I feel like I'm dressed in uniform. So this is an abandoned home. The guy, whoever it is, it's probably represent my alter ego. It's called Coming Home After the War of the Soldier. I mean, it has two names. And he comes home and the house is flooded, and these are also 3D elements. It's little red bricks, miniature ones. And I've been playing with light coming, But the house is falling apart, everything is peeling.
Well, it may be a decrepit house, but it's still a beautiful painting. And obviously a big part of the beauty is how remarkably well crafted it is. So your sense of the combination of drawing to outline the forms and painting to fill the big areas and modulating them with patterns and, as you say, light versus dark. These are all skills of a remarkable artist. Meaning you. Me. So once again, we have characters we've seen before. We have a tree growing up through what appears to be an abandoned home, and we have your alter ego character recognizable in her red dress. But now instead of a bunny head, she has a bird head. Tell me about that, Bibi.
So yeah, it's a combination of trees because the tree is growing inside an abandoned home. And I like abandoned homes, and we say, and the light coming from all kind of cracks and windows. It's just playing with light. And so the tree, is trying to get out, of course, but it's growing inside the house, which I've seen trees growing inside houses. It's amazing, So they're looking for all the, they're actually maybe breaking this roof and everything just to get out, And again, it's represent home, which I love home. And I'm looking for home all the time, although I have a home, but it's something inside, internal feeling. That's it. Again, he's wearing kind of a First World War part of uniform, or that era clothes, which I like very much.